The old wooden doors creaked as Jacob pushed them open. It was a familiar sound, a comforting sound. Every Sunday for the past 5 years, Jacob had been the first one to arrive at St. Matthew's. He saw it as his penance, his way of atoning for past mistakes. His heart always felt a little heavier as he unlocked the church doors, a constant reminder of the emptiness he carried within. Jacob walked down the aisle, his footsteps echoing in the silence. He straightened the hymnals in the pews, a sense of duty washing over him. Each hymnal, each polished pew, was a testament to his commitment to being better, to living a life worthy of forgiveness. He had been lost once, but the church had become his anchor.
I often think of Hope during these quiet moments. Her absence is a constant ache in my heart. She was the light of my life, and I blame myself for her sudden departure 5 years ago. I was brash, impatient, and our last encounter echoes in my ears with regret.
Jacob had been a different man then, consumed by his own desires, blind to the needs of others. Hope's absence had been a wake-up call, a stark realization of his own shortcomings. He had turned to the church, seeking solace and guidance. Father Michael, the church's kind and understanding pastor, had become his confidant. He guided Jacob towards forgiveness, towards understanding that everyone makes mistakes.
God closes doors to open windows, Jacob. Sometimes we must lose ourselves to truly find our path.
His words resonated deeply with Jacob. He dedicated himself to the church, volunteering his time, seeking redemption through service and prayer. He held on to the hope, however faint, that one day Hope might walk through those doors again. He yearned for a chance to apologize, to tell her how much he had changed. This Sunday, however, felt different. A familiar flutter danced in his chest, a feeling he hadn't experienced in years. As he turned from the altar, his eyes fell upon a figure standing hesitantly at the entrance. Time seemed to stand still. It was Hope, her silhouette framed by the morning sunlight streaming through the open doors.
Jacob.
His breath hitched in his throat. She looked different, more mature, but her eyes still held that same warmth that had captivated him years ago. She took a tentative step inside, her gaze sweeping across the empty pews. Their eyes met, and a wave of emotions washed over Jacob: shock, disbelief, and a surge of desperate hope. The years melted away as he saw her again. All the guilt, the regret, the longing he had carried for so long, resurfaced with a painful intensity. A gasp rippled through the small congregation as Hope walked further into the church. Whispers followed her like shadows. Most of the church members remembered her and Jacob, their sudden separation a sad chapter in their otherwise peaceful community. Father Michael, his face etched with surprise, watched the unfolding scene with knowing eyes. He had often prayed alongside Jacob, offering comfort and guidance as the young man wrestled with his guilt and longing. He knew how much Hope's return meant to Jacob.
Sometimes life offers us second chances, opportunities to heal old wounds and seek forgiveness. Let us open our hearts to the possibility of redemption, for both ourselves and others.
Jacob couldn't tear his eyes away from Hope. He knew this was his chance, a chance he never thought he'd get. He prayed she would stay, that they could talk, that he could finally express the remorse that had lived within him for far too long. But as he looked at her, he knew there were still mountains to climb, words left unspoken, and a past they would need to face together.